Okay, so you boys toasted me in the comments last video, or not last video, the old version of this, because I didn't make it positive enough, and I guess everything that I said about each skill could have been said about every other skill in the game. So I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to explain why it is maybe a good thing for casual players that play RuneScape like me for old school RuneScape Mobile coming out. So let's get into the first skill. So the first skill that we'll be talking about is woodcutting. Now woodcutting is a skill that you really don't want to train when you're at your computer or laptop because it's kind of a waste of time. You do it when you're AFKing something, you do it when you want to watch a YouTube video, when you want to do something else. So instead of doing that, woodcutting, you can now do Slayer or something more viable that will give more kind of a sentiment for you to play the game. Now with old school RuneScape Mobile, you can take your phone anywhere, of course. So instead of wasting your time on a laptop, maybe you want to do bossing instead, but you know you have to woodcut to do an elite glue scroll. You can now just woodcut anywhere you want, and it doesn't feel like wasted time because before this update, you wouldn't even be doing it outside of like a laptop or computer screen. So let's say you're going grocery shopping. Instead of wasting your time at home, you know you can go outside and just woodcut. So it's more positive for the casual player because you know you're not wasting time in front of your laptop time doing something that you don't want to do on the game. You can now focus on something better that you actually want to do and you know you will have fun doing. And so you can save the woodcutting or any other skill that you don't want to do for the outside game time on your phone. Next up, which can be the exact same as woodcutting basically, is fishing. Fishing, another skill that maybe you do not want to do inside of a computer. So this is speaking from my perspective. On my Iron Man, I need monkfish and I also need corambrams. And I'm gonna get toasted for that in the comments. But I don't want to do it. So for the casual player like me that only plays 3 to 4 hours a day, this update is perfect. It is perfect because I can now take my phone with me when I'm going to be going to classes next year, and I will have the option to just fish monkfish and not do that at home. So instead of spending 4 hours to get 800 monkfish on a laptop, I can now spend the 3 hours in my lecture and get 600 monkfish, and that will be enough for the next day to 2 days. And if I do that every day while I'm in a lecture, I will just stabilize enough monkfish to get me through a month, to get me through 2 months or 3 months. Now if you're a main account and you want to have that 91 fishing for the Mortania Elite Diary, you can now passively get it through just being in a lecture, being outside, and not doing it in front of your computer screen with 2 or 3 ticking barbarian fishing. So overall, the woodcutting and fishing are just 2 skills that are just going to be so much easier for the passive player that do not want to waste their weekend grinding woodcutting or fishing. 2 boring skills that nobody likes, like nobody. Then we have farming. Farming is actually going to be my second favorite one to do. It's because of my Iron Man. With the introduction of Ultra Compost and all these new farming methods that are going to be happening in the game, farm runs are just going to be so much easier to do on your phone. So when I know I'm going to be going out, I'm going to plant my Iron Man in front of a herb patch with all the necessities that I need for about 2 to 3 herb runs, and then I'm going to log in every maybe hour and a half. I think it's every hour and 15 minutes for a farm for a herb patch to grow. So every an hour and 15 minutes, I'm going to log in, collect my herbs, go through the 6 patches, and then log out at the last one, and then just do a reverse cycle afterwards. It's perfect. It's going to allow you to get, I don't know, maybe about 50 to 100 more herbs a day than you would, because now you have access to farming outside of your laptop, outside of your computer, and you can do it on your mobile phone. So it's going to be amazing for basically everybody in an aspect of farm runs. And then you do have your tree runs. So if you know that you can't log in on your laptop, let's say you're going to a funeral. Okay, let's say you're going to a funeral and you know you're not going to be logged in during the day to do your magic tree run, and you're not going to have your chance at the pet that day. So you know what, you go to the bathroom during your funeral, and now you can log in and do your magic and palm tree herb runs as well as your calcot tree, because you do not want to miss out on the chance of the pet. So this basically is just amazing in general. It's second to best, but the next one is the best skill, and that's going to be agility. Agility is one that I took a lot of ridicule from my last video. I said that it's kind of devaluing the skill the most, so I do still think that that's kind of the case, but I'm going to say a positive reason for it. Now, me and most people do not like to train agility, so when I'm in class next year, I'm going to be basically doing agility. I'm gonna have my phone propped open and I'm just gonna be clicking basically in the pattern that it gives me. I personally think this is perfect for me, but it's not gonna be perfect for, let's say, people like Automelogy, the 5% or the 1% of the game that's gonna absolutely hate this because it's gonna devalue it. But for casual players such as myself, this is going to be amazing because now I can AFK this wherever I want. I can gain passive agility experience, and I can gain passive marks of grace. So when I need stamina potions, oh, just pop it open in school. Instead of woodcutting use or something, very AFK. Now I can just AFK agility and get the 10 marks of grace, whatever that I need for 10 stamina potions. So I hope you guys kind of get that one too, because it's a very passive way of training agility, but it's going to be very good for people that don't want to train it, just like myself. Lastly is combat skills. So I'm going to take a different approach to this that I did for the last video. Let's say you've always wanted to build that one account that you never had the time for, because let's say you just wanted a boss on your main and you thought it was a waste of time, or you already have an alt account, so it'd kind of be wasting time to make and create another account. So with the introduction of Ultra RuneScape Mobile, you now have access to a broader range of skills that you can AFK, and combat skills and Nightmare Zone and Slayer are one of them. So, let's say you want to build that Obby Mauler. Now all you have to do is create an account, take it to Rob Crabs, plan it there for, I don't know, 10 hours, and get your 60 strength. You don't have to be anywhere close to a computer screen to do this, and it allows you to now build account builds that you never wanted to. If you can build G Mauler, just take it to Rob Crabs, maybe 3 or 4 classes, 3 or 4 lectures, and you have yourself there 50 attack, 50 strength, or just 60 strength, depending on what build you want to create. Or if, let's say, you want to get into that clan that has the 120 combat requirement, and you're only 115, so you just take your account to Nightmare Zone every day during a lecture, just 2 hours, an hour and a half, just at Nightmare Zone, AFKing it, and slowly but surely you will have your account up to 120 combat. So basically, it's all positive for people that are casual players, but if you are the 1% of the game, it's kind of negative for you because it devalues everything. But like I said, for me personally, it is positive because I am a casual player, and this is going to make everything for me easier playing the game, and it's going to kind of make me want to play my Iron Man more in a sense, because I do have access to a much larger band of resources basically because of the agility. I maybe want to get 85 because I know I can slowly AFK it, or I want to get 91 fishing for the Mauritania Hearts because I know I can slowly get it. So it's going to open up very large windows for everybody. Well guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video a little bit more than last video. I hope I explained everything correct from a positive standpoint. I know you guys didn't like that last video because I did have a negative vibe to it, and I was kind of speaking from my old self, kind of like the 2006 actual version of myself, or from the 1% point of view. But in this point of view, I'm speaking kind of from my personal standpoint, and this is because I am a casual player. I don't play this game 8 hours a day, so I do feel that this is going to be a very positive update for not only myself, but for a lot of other casual players that do not want to play the game 12 to 15 hours a day like some people do. So thank you guys very much for watching. I do create Iron Man content, and I do create guides and countdown videos. I did upload another countdown video yesterday, so if you guys want to I uploaded an Iron Man progress video yesterday, so if you guys want to go check that out, please do. Feel free to subscribe and go follow my Twitch. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video better than the last one, and if you did come from the last one and you stuck till the end, please make sure to like the video and not dislike it. I really don't want 16 dislikes. Hopefully I did a good job, and bye.